You're listening to TalkTainmentRadio.com.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
Hello everybody. This is Claude, Dr. Bass Claude Smith, and you listen to Talktainment Radio, and the show is called Stairway To Heaven. My guest today is Jordan Woods, the son of Joseph Woods Jr. This past week that the Keys of Harmony lost their lead guitar player, Joseph Woods Jr., and I'm dedicating this program out to him. Also, I also like to make another dedication out to Vicky, Boy, and William. But Joe was a close friend of mine. Very, very close man, more like a brother to me. I'll get back to that. Let me just get these shout outs out the way. I'd like to make a shout out to Core Lab, Keys of Harmony, Praise Temple, and the Prince Shop, Serena, Ron, and Drew. I'd like to say hello to you. Now, getting back to the topic was, I have my guest, Jordan Woods. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm blessed to be here to speak on behalf of the Keys of Harmony, the Sensational Keys of Harmony, and Praise Temple Community Church. I'm just glad to be here.
Well, you know, I was at the hospital last week, and we was all up there last week. And your father, to me, was a great. He's more than a friend. He was a brother to me. And me and your dad met 30, 40 years ago. Your dad and your grandfather. When I first came to Columbus, they were the first group I played, the second group I played for when I got the Keys of Harmony. That's when Tommy Head and all them other guys were around.
Wow.
And he's playing guitar then. But what I have to say about your dad was a great friend of mine, close friend of mine. You know, and hey, I would not trade him for nobody else, but he would be greatly missed.
Yes.
Very missed. And this man, God, the music that he put together and the chords he played on that guitar was dynamite. I mean, he was that good. He was really that good, and I heard him regardless. Times him and you and I rehearse sometimes, I hear stuff that he can make up on the guitar and blend it right in on the song.
Right.
And I tried to get that, and he would stop me and tell me where the chord was. And this is why I say he was a very close friend of mine. Sometimes I call and check on him. Sometimes I didn't get a chance to call and check on him. Because, you know, at that time, you know, my wife Pat was here. She was sick, and I tried to take care of her too. But the only thing I can say about that is that, Joe, I know you're up there with Wayne and Gene and your other brother. I know you're out there singing up a storm up in heaven. But don't worry, like I told your dad last week, you know, he still have a son. Anything like to say about that, Jordan?
Yes, we're going to continue to keep his legacy going. He definitely left his mark down here on many people. It's a testament because people have been inboxing me and messaging me, calling me, and saying how my dad had encouraged them to keep playing an instrument or just keep going. And I know for a fact that he did a lot for people, and he loved people, and that he is resting now, reunited with my uncles, and I'm going to miss him, and I know he's at peace, and I can just be grateful for that.
Yes, he is at peace, and he's with your uncles, and they up there singing. They say in heaven, singing up a storm. They singing up a storm. And I remember before you came, your dad when your dad and them, because I had left with another group, and I passed by your grandfather's house, and your Uncle Darrell, Gene, and Wayne, and your dad and your grandfather, they was practicing. I mean, they was pushing each other. They was pushing hard to get this thing, get the keys together. And they pushed, and they pushed, and they got it together. And when they came out, it was dynamite. It was beautiful. When I was in Cincinnati, when they came out that song, but I'm getting older, when they sang about your about building a trailer, I heard that song. Mm-hmm. And then when I came to the group, I heard all the mother songs. Well, hey, your dad and your uncles, they did a great job, a beautiful job. And I miss him, and I'm going to always miss him. But the one thing I'm going to say this to you while you're here, you will always be, you will always be my nephew.
Yes, sir.
I don't care where, you will always be my nephew. And Joe, don't worry about a thing. Your son's gonna do fine. Anything you have to say, Joe? Jordan?
Yes, I'll say that you'll always be my uncle. The time that we spent playing together, the last couple of years have been awesome. Yeah, I know he's gonna look down and be proud of what we'll continue to do down here. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the times. I'm grateful for the times that I got to play with my dad and my uncles, and how they just worked at the craft and the music. Growing up, I used to come to the practice before I was playing the drums. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like they was playing and rehearsing the same 5-6 songs, but they was just perfectionists, and they had a lot of songs too. But it's just awesome to be a part of. I tell people they had to be there to really see, everybody in their prime, singing hard, the voices. It was just the time, and I'm grateful I got to experience that with them.
I'm also glad that I got the chance to come back to the group at the time when you did that Doc McKenzie program when Doc was here. And me and your dad was outside that church talking. I told your dad, I said, look, I think don't worry about a bass player. You got one. I'm gonna stay here with you. And from that happened, I believe I brought him he had a smile on his face when I told him that. But your dad and I, like during the year, I'm tell you something. When your dad and I were younger and we was playing, your dad do some stuff on that guitar, and I add on to it. And sometimes he'll play a chord on the guitar to give me a signal to go there, and I went.
Right.
And your father knows. Your father is the only professional here, one of the professionals here in Columbus, Ohio. Between him, I'll tell you the best guitar players that were here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to name them one. Rich Hannon was one. Your dad was another one. And I think it was Preacher Morgan. Mm-hmm. He's one. Now, them are the top 3 guitar players that I know here in the city of Columbus can really take a guitar and carry it, make it sing like it had a voice. Mm-hmm. Make it talk.
Right.
But your dad, one thing about that, he had a style different from all of them. All of them. I mean, he had the style that nobody could probably catch or caught on to. Because once he hit them chords and hit that song, that was that. He mellows them out.
Right.
And then and even before I come back to bass player that I had before I came back, it remind me of when him and I was together in our young days. But your dad was a beautiful person, and he loved his music, he loved his family, he loved everybody. Yes, he did encourage everybody. He encouraged a lot of people, just like your grandfather did. He encouraged a lot of people. And I'm gonna say a few things about your grandfather. Your grandfather, I met him, was the first one I met, and your grandfather helped me out when I first came here.
Right.
He helped out, and your grandfather helped out a lot of people. Mm-hmm. All your uncles, your grandfather, including your dad, they helped out a lot of people. And I thank God that I had the pleasure being with him and be able to sign him one more time. And I'm gonna say this, Joe, you're in heaven, and I hope you hear me. But Doc, what are you doing up there? Y'all keep on playing, because the songs that we didn't get to write together, you'll write them up in heaven. Jordan?
Yes, I'm just, it's hard, but I'm just happy that he's at peace. All the memories we've done from shows at the Lincoln Theater, which was crazy. Mm-hmm. That's one of the memories that I'll always remember, is when they were singing Standing in the Need, and it just, when they were done, just the Holy Spirit went through that place, and to the point where it wasn't even music being played. It was a good, I want to say 10-15 minutes of people just going in, and that's what they brought. And that was before I was playing, and I remember asking my mom, like, Mom, what is going on? Like, what's happening here? And she was like, the Holy Spirit has taken over. And that was always the goal. They was always trying to save souls, bring people closer to the Most High, and they definitely did that. And that's what I want to continue to do, my goal. And he left his mark and his blueprint on me and my siblings and a lot of other people. So yeah, he was a good man. He'll do anything, for somebody. Even if it was hard on him, he'll still try to do it. And I've seen it plenty of times. And I'm just gonna miss him.
Yeah, we all gonna miss him. Because last weekend when I went home, after I left the house, when I went home and I sit, and I couldn't hardly go to the bedroom and lay down. I just stood up and walked the whole house, walking around the whole house. And as I said before, I still don't today, right now, this time, I don't believe he's gone. But anyway, God makes no mistakes, and He know who He wants to call home. He's gonna call home, and He called him home. Mm-hmm. But I hope and I pray while we down there, He's gonna be watching us, gonna be looking down on us. And I could probably hear him telling me, saying, Lewis, don't play that note, play the other one. He did. Right. No, you don't play that, you play this. Okay, I play it. Right.
He was very hands-on.
Yeah.
And he was always there to tell me the truth, in my playing, whether it was good or bad, or maybe if I didn't want to hear it, he was always going to keep it real with me. And that's what I love about him. From our conversations we just sit and talk. I remember one of the last times when he was in the hospital, we had just sat there and just looked into each other's eyes, not saying a word, just cherishing the moment, because he was such a great listener, and he was also gave great advice if you needed it. He was very clear about explaining things, why you did something with music, the reason for doing it, what it does for the song. He was very visual, and you could see why he did the things he did and why the reasoning for the songs and stuff like that. Just a very hands-on person. He was going to give you all of his attention. If you asked a question, if you needed something, he was all in. If you was serious about it.
Yes, he was. Because I remember when we was at that program. We was at a program one time, and remember the PA system went out, and the band, that groups, it was Journey, and they broke it down, and they started coming. Your dad said, "No, y'all just keep it just like that," and they did. They didn't say, they just kept it soft and quiet while the singers did their thing. Then he asked me, he said, Lou, I said, was I wrong? I said, no, you wasn't wrong, you was right.
Right.
I said, you was right. And it sound downright good.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the best. He brought the old bass player out of me. He brought the old style out of me and brought it there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he did. He brought the old style up. Because when we got back together and I started them songs, I went home. I got so doggone mad at myself. I wanted to hit myself in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, after we did that, when we did the rehearsals and everything, I felt the coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was more, like I said, he was a brother to me. Even I called and say, how you doing? He said, I'm doing okay. I said, all right, just call to check on, sometimes I'll be at work calling him and sometimes I don't get a chance to call him. And sometimes when I don't call it, I get mad at myself. I say to myself, you supposed to call Joe.
Mm.
And this is a song that we all love. Keys to Honey, that's Brother Joe Woods, my brother Joe Woods, and Standing in the Need of Prayer. That song is one of the great songs that they put together and they wrote together. And I like the way they arrange it, and it's arranged in such a way that nobody else can learn. And we all need to stand in the need of prayer when things come up. Family, friends, bosses, or wherever you may be, we all need to stand in the need of prayer, because we never know how long we got to go. We don't know how long we're going to stand or how long we're going to be here. But all we got to do is stop, take time out, stand in the need of prayer, and ask the good Lord to help us each and every day, and help us the way we help us to guide each other and learn each other. For this song, I say to you, my brother, keep singing, and I believe you're singing. I believe y'all singing it up in heaven. Keep on singing. Hopefully, looking forward to sing this. Joe, we will be singing this song, Standing in the Need, and we're gonna do our best to push it, because I know the good Lord is watching over us and watching over you. And I know you're standing right there beside him and letting him know. For as I said before, I'm here for you, brother, and you are always, Pop, Dad, this is for me. You still have one more son, then you got me. And I'ma always call you Dad. I adopt you as my father. And I am going to do my best to stand beside you. And I'm also going to stand beside your grandson. I also like to say that, the group is very, very strong. We're very strong-minded, and this is why they're part of this show, Stairway To Heaven, and You never know when you may see one of us sitting at this mic talking. But as I said before, Joe, sing on, brother, play on. Jordan.
Yeah, Dad, I know you having a good time. He loved to play all the time. It was times where I thought I had heard everything he could do, and every now and then, you know, he'll surprise me while we in the middle of a song. I'm like, wow, you got clips, Dad. You always had something under your sleeve, always still learning. He would always send me videos, YouTube, on different things guys was doing, or even on other instruments. He was just such a musical person. He really thrived on music. There'd be times where he would just be playing the guitar, have his amp, have his pedal, and he'll put all these different effects on his guitar. And sometimes I couldn't hear a difference from effects to effect. He's like, how this one sound? And then he'll go to the next one, how this one sound? But he was just so into music. The times we had, I said it before, but you just had to be there. There were so many memories, so many experiences that we had within the group that he was proud of. He talked about the awards that they had won back in the day when they were on the road a whole lot. Just the different times they had went to college campuses and did all these different things. He was very proud of what they accomplished, you know, all the way back then and even now, from playing at the Lincoln Theater to performing countless amount of churches. But those are just the times that I will always remember. All the things he showed me, not even just music, just as a man. My dad was very savvy in a variety of things. We called him Fix-It Man because he could fix anything. You know, he was a very, like, even with drums, he didn't really play drums, but from his days having his old band, he said it was just, he was a get it done type of person. So stuff go wrong, he'll fix it then, right on the fly. Making our own sound system from scratch, you know, stuff like that. That's what type of stuff my dad would do. And you know, he showed me a lot of stuff, heating and cooling, you know, from fixing electric furnaces. I remember all those different moments we had fixing everybody's furnace and stuff outside and stuff like that. You know, he was just such a well-versed person, well-versed guy. And, you know, his legacy lives on, you know.
And we shall keep his legacy live on. We shall keep his thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I might say this. We may be missing a few, but I'm going to say this. The Keys of Harmony will never fade away. You will always see the Keys of Harmony. And one thing about it, we were taught to carry ourselves respectfully. And your dad taught me that, and your grandfather taught me that also. Be respectful of everywhere we go, and watch what you do. Because even so, he told your dad and I talked. Even when we had that New Year's Day dinner, him and I was talking about old things, different things. And I even showed him, I got him the music, the recording artists that would call me to play their music. I'd let them talk to your dad, because they try we could set some type of business up with those groups, and maybe one day time come we'll get them up here. And now, right now, I say, but everybody say he's going to be well missed. No, he's not going to be well missed. He's going to be with us. He's not maybe here in body, but he's going to be with us in spirit and soul. And I will always say, Joe, my brother, I love you with all my heart. Sing, and the other brothers, sing for the Lord to make the Lord happy. Joy.
I just want to say, my dad was a family man. For those that aren't close with your family, I encourage you guys to patch things up with your family. Time is not a promise. You never know when it's going to be your time to go. That's one of the things that I'm proud with. I have a whole lot of moments that I got to experience with my father. And yeah, time is just, you never know. Make things right. Old history. Make amends with, whatever it is, because time is short, and you just never know. And that's what, God wants us to do anyway. And he really instilled love, that he was love, even to people that didn't necessarily do right by him. He still showed love to them. And that's different things that I'm going to be able to take in my life in the future.
Your dad was a wonderful deacon too. I mean, I was there at that program when he became an ordained deacon, and I was there at that church, and I watched. And I said, "Look at my brother. He done moved up on me. He jumped a step up." So I said, Deacon Woods. So, but I didn't call him by his title. I just called him like he was my brother, because that's what he was to me. He was a brother, man. In these 40 years. We've known that me and your dad and your grandfather and your uncles. It seemed like everybody's gone except for Granddad. And your dad and I, when we got back together, we talked about a lot of memories that we had together that day. A lot of memories. And sometimes I say, well, the times when we rehearse, let's rehearse. And when you went to school, I say, well, we get a chance. I say, well, we'll get a chance. We'll get back together. So, but I say one thing, we're going to keep on stepping. And we're going to keep the same rules we got.
Right.
Keep the same rules. And ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Deacon Joseph Woods Jr., remember, keep his family in his heart, in your hearts. Say a prayer for his sons and pray a prayer for the whole family, because there's a lot of things out there that ain't right. And I'm definitely, the reason why I'm taking this young man here under my wings. I'm gonna be looking out for him. And because his dad was, like I said, his dad was a brother to me. I ain't gonna say friend, I'm gonna say a brother. And every time we get through talking to her, they say, Doc, take care. I say, hey, I love you, brother. He said, I love you too, Lewis. I said, talk to you next time. And he's with me. When my wife died, he was there with me. The whole group was there. And when I called him and told him, he said, you all right? I said, Joe, I'm okay. I'm okay. And as I said, and even my wife liked Joe, like mother and father together. Even my wife liked him a lot. And I'm getting ready to say, what you getting ready to do? I said, he said, oh no, whatever you gonna do, you ain't gonna do that to Joe. I said, no, baby, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to learn this music. Because the group that I was with, which I'm not gonna mention their name, was trying to get me and back, and I told him no. And that's when my wife stepped in and said, no, you're not doing that to Joe. I said, I'm not. I can't go back there. There's too much going on back there. And this is why it's been like 4 years since I've been with the group.
Yep.
About 4 years.
About 4 years.
About 4 years, and I haven't left yet. And I'm not going nowhere till the Lord calls me home. So Joe, Wayne, Gene, Little Daryl, y'all get up, y'all keep singing. Keep singing for the Lord up there. And what he might hear from what he heard down here, it probably sound a little better when you get up there. Keep singing, because I know, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss all of you. Daryl, Joy?
Yeah, I miss my uncles very dearly. Each of them left very impressionable marks on my life from my Uncle Gene, from my Uncle Wayne, my Uncle Daryl, and even a lot of members that were a part of the group or have been a part of the group. You guys really shaped my life, and I'll always remember the memories you guys gave me. Love you guys.
And for those of my TV fans, for everyone, hey, remember this. Hope to see you next time. And remember this. The mind is nothing but the garden. What you put in it grows. Thank you.